Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video today. This is a build tour sort of video, and today it's on Costa Pacifica. So those of you last week who might have seen how to build a cruise, or how to build, not how to build a cruise, but how to build Carnival Conquest, episode 3, would have seen this. I kind of showed it off, and in fact got a little carried away and ended up talking way too much about it than I should have. So anyway, today I'm kind of here to do the rest of it. I'll do it all again if you did already see it. So, or if you haven't seen it, I'll do it all again, so you get to see all of the goodness that this video will hold. So I'm going to go ahead and do some background information, which I did in part 3 as well. And that is Carnival Legend, or no, that's not Carnival. That's Carnival Conquest. It is a Conquest class cruise ship that was launched in 2002. This is a Concordia class cruise ship. Now, the Concordia class, unfortunately, is probably best known for the incident in Italy a few years back, where Costa Concordia sank off of the shore of Italy and killed 30+ people. It was kind of, I'm sure you heard about it. It was everywhere. It was just terrible. It wasn't really the ship's fault. It wasn't the class's fault. It wasn't a design malfunction or anything like that. That was all, as far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that was all on the captain. So that's not really to blame on the ship or the class or Carnival, because Costa is owned by Carnival. But Costa Pacifica is a Concordia class cruise ship. Concordia class was really derived from the Conquest class. They came from the Conquest class. The Conquest class was modified and made modern from 2002 to 2009, which is the sail date of this ship. This ship, some of the main differences, I'm sure you can tell, like the lifeboats, ooh, they're yellow now instead of orange, and there's no more red stripe, and now there's a European Union flag on the side, and the name has moved, and there's a lot of little cosmetic things that were done to differentiate the ship from that one. The hull, the blue line, now only spans 1 meter under the water line, whereas that one it's 4 meters, I believe. This one has blue railings by the rooms, and all of the rooms are now lit. There are lights, and that's why all this ice is melting, because there are now lights inside of most of these areas. The bridge doesn't have any, but all up here there are lights. There are none up here. All of the deck space, like the pool deck, all that is lit. All of the rooms are lit. Some other things I did, I fixed all of the doors from that ship to this ship, because the doors on that one were all messed up from World Edit flipping. So these doors all work now, and they're facing the right way, which is great. You can see they're dripping, but only because, again, the ice in here is melted. Some other things, there's now a helipad here. It's not actually centered because I didn't like the way the sea looked, not centered, so it's a little different. This has been shortened, the antenna area here. The pool totally redone, and as you can see, the pool deck is 100% different. All of this was reworked from Conquest to Pacifica. The pool deck itself is now actually 2 decks deep, as you can see, with sort of like a promenade area. The LCD screens on the other side. The pool has been totally redone. I've also done this cool water style, because most ships, the water is like actually out of the pool a little bit as well, or it does because of the way the ship is swaying. There's like a fountain area over here that I did. You got your hot tubs, which someone pointed out to me on the Conquest over there, are actually too deep. They're 2 meters deep on that one, and so basically you're sitting in there like this. Yeah, it's a little too deep for a hot tub, I guess, so that change was made. Sea lanterns are being used for lighting. I actually quite like the way they look. And they work well with the sandstone, I think. They look good. There's another pool up here, of course. There is all the seating now. The atrium I redid, which doesn't really matter. It's just like a big block of glass. But the atrium was redone. There's now a cover for the main pool deck, which is cool. And they're railing. I put railings down for that. You have the entire rear superstructure here that was redone between the smokestack. Really from like this point right here, this deck up is all different. And even the deck below it right here was all different as well. This deck right here, actually, you see how it comes out a little bit? It actually, on Conquest, comes out all the way down to here. There are no rooms up here on Conquest either, and there aren't as many rooms down here, which is interesting. So there are a lot more rooms that were added in, which is awesome. It actually does hold, I think it holds almost 1,000 more passengers, but it holds less crew than the Conquest does. It's 14 tons, 14,000 tons, 14.5 well, 14.5 thousand, so 14,500 tons more than Conquest is. It has the same area back here. This really didn't change too much, except it's all blue instead of wood now. Up here's a basketball court with like some stadium seating, and also a ton more sun seating from Conquest. So yeah, this ship really isn't that much alike. As much as it is a refit, it did take me over a week to do, going through and making sure that a lot of these details were correct and that everything kind of worked out the way that I wanted it to be. This ship, I wanted to live up to the expectation I felt that one should have. That one really, I worked really hard on. I was very proud of it, but it had a lot of like corners cut. And I'm going to show you one real quick. I'll actually fly over there and show you a few things that I fixed, especially on the front area, because the front was a little bit bleh. So you can see there's no bow details here. You can see this is still the Mien Shift 3 map from ship. I hope he's cool with this. I've kind of just lined up all my ships and all my renders. I just kind of throw the ship on this map and call it a day and do the renders. I'm not actually using his ship for anything. And it's cool to have them next to each other. So if I do want to do any renders with that ship, or like that ship to this ship, or this ship to that ship, or you know, Chunky will work with all of that. So that's cool. So one of the big mistakes that I made on the front here was right here. You can see this doesn't come out all the way. It should come out all the way to here. The problem with that is when it does come out to here now, this is covered. And on all the other decks, it's not. There's a block open. And there goes that cough from me talking too long. So all of that is, there's one block that's open. So on that one, that was all fixed. So it's all fixed up. You can also see that this observatory deck that's right above the bridge on this ship is no longer there. And in place of it, well, this was put in during the Conquest renovation, and at one point Conquest did look basically just like that above the bridge. There's also another observation deck that was added above the observation deck that's on this one, and both were shortened, or the one that was there is shortened. As you can see, and there are now rooms where there weren't any there. Rooms now extend further back for that deck, all the way over there. You can also see there is no longer any suites on the bridge, or on the bridge wing. That's actually a room, believe it or not, on Conquest. You can get those suites, which is awesome. Like, I can't even imagine how cool that is. Imagine waking up in the morning and seeing basically what the captain sees and being able to go out on the wing of the ship. Yeah, that's just whoa. So yeah, all in all, a lot of changes made. I'm very happy with how this ship turned out. Again, it is an exterior only model if you haven't noticed already. But really, all in all, I'm super stoked about finishing this ship and doing my first Costa ship. That was the first Carnival ship, and this is the first Costa ship. And I'm just really happy to see that it turned out so well. You know, there were a lot of improvements made. It looks better, and this is in my opinion, but definitely from that ship there are more details. More work was put into it. Even though it is just a refit, there was probably more work put into the ship than there was into that one. I mean, even some little things. So, of course, the nameplates were changed. You see how there's this slant right here? There's like this slanted wall, and it cuts off the windows and everything. On Pacifica, that's not actually a thing. So, you know, just little things like that were taken into consideration to make this ship the best that it could be. So, thank you guys for watching. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment with suggestions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.